Is the clay animation building project, and you'll start out with a piece of clay like this, a sculpting tool, and a toothpick or a stylus stick. And the first thing you do for this project is you're going to tear your clay into 4 equal parts, like this. Now, the body that we're going to build is the same body you would build either for a human or for an animal. So I will take 1 piece of clay, and for the younger kids, you can tell them just to squeeze it into a circle so that they can get the roundness first, and then they can roll it between their hands or on the covered table like this. I don't know if you can see that. All right. So basically here, I'm going to roll 4 balls. 1, squeeze it for younger kids, then roll it into a ball. 2, squeeze, roll. And 4. Now I'll probably take pieces from this if I need to for accessories and things like that. All right, so I'm going to use this particular ball for the trunk, the body. Then I'll take another ball, and what I'm going to do with this ball is I'm going to cut some of this off so that I have it a little bit left over for hair, eyes, nose, whatever. So I'll take this, roll it again, and then I'm going to put it on top of the bigger ball right here, like this, like a snowman. And then you can take your finger or your tool, and I've been doing this so long I always use my fingers, but with your tool you would just smooth those 2 seams together like this, so that when the clay is drying it doesn't shrink and fall apart. So now I have my head and my body. I want to check to make sure all the seams are smooth. Then I'm going to take another piece of clay and roll this clay into a cylinder. Let's see. Now this will be his arms. I want to see how long and how big. So I don't need all that clay. So I'll just roll a smaller cylinder to wrap around. I want to make that a little bit longer. There's his hands to go around his body like this. I may make it just a little bit longer. So you just adjust it, custom make it the way you want it to be. So here are his arms that go around his neck and body. Then we're going to adhere it to the body using your tool so that it won't fall off during drying time. So this takes 2 days to dry, and during those 2 days this clay shrinks because it's air drying clay. So you got to make sure all your seams are smoothed on. Okay, so there's his arms. Next I will roll another cylinder for his legs. I put it into a U shape like this, take it to the bottom of his trunk or a body, and place it on the bottom like this so that he will sit on it like this. And now I have to adhere this to the body, the legs, using my tool again. Just like spreading peanut butter on a sandwich. I'm just blending these pieces together so they make one solid piece. Even on the inside I have to blend, just to make sure he doesn't fall apart overnight. Okay, so now I have the basic body shape of a figure. This can be an animal, this can be a human. I have the basic arms and legs. It's going to be an animated figure sitting up, not standing up. So I'm going to do a human. I'll show you how to do both. So with the human, I would pinch ears out here to the side. And then I would take this excess clay and roll 2 tiny balls between my fingers and add these for the eyes. This is a human. Okay, press that on there. For a nose, I would just do a kind of a carrot-shaped nose. Put that nose on there. It could be too big or too little, and then you can just fix it once you get it on there with your, I may use this stick for that. Just kind of get that on there the way you want it. My nose, help, my nose. There. And for the mouth, you just roll a really tiny worm, circle it in half, or just make it into a circle and place it underneath the nose, like this. All right, so there you have your basics for the human. And then what I'll do is I'll press, put a hole in here. I'll put a hole here to keep those eyes from falling apart. I'm going to roll tiny worms for the eyebrows. Oh, help. I think I'm going to make the guy like in the Scream. So you're just basically learning, once you get your basic shapes built, you can create your own character. And sometimes I don't even know what I'm going to create till after I've done it, whatever mood I'm in. So I'm going to have this guy screaming. So I'm going to put this in here, help. Hands here. Thumbs go to the back, so I'll take this and make a mitten shape with the hands. Oh my God. And then his feet, I'll just press his shoes on like this with the bottom of the cylinders, see? And then for his hair, all you do is whirl a long cylinder once again, and you just tear it into pieces. So I could have the guy like wrap this hair around his head, have him kind of bald-headed. Well, why don't I do that? He's semi-bald. That's the mood I'm in now. So I'm going to turn this around to the back so you can see. So I just continue to wrap this hair around his head. You can just keep adding that on. And then I'm going to make a hat, a top hat. So for the top hat, I just roll a little ball like this, press it between my fingers. Actually, that's too small. I'll make it bigger. Roll a ball, press it between my fingers like a pancake. Place it on the top of his head. Roll another cylinder. Put the top hat on. Place that, you can flatten that more. You can put a mustache on him, a beard, whatever. Add clothing very quickly. You could add a tie. Put a little tie here. A coat jacket. So next I'm going to show you how to make an animal using the same shape. There's my human. You can do so much more than in 5 minutes to this. The kids can spend the whole hour. Once they get the basic shape, adding things to it like cell phones or hats, clothing, but you don't want too much on top so it doesn't fall apart. Okay, the next thing we'll do is animals.